Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. Today I wanted to talk about really the importance of strength training, and I know I've talked about it many times on my channel, but I'm just reminded of the importance of it in everyday life. I'm preparing for a lecture, and I may end up doing it live online on the YouTube channel. But one of the slides, there's a cross section of a thigh. It's an MRI scan of the thigh. So you have the femur, which is the bone of the large bone of the thigh. Then you've got, of course, the muscle that surrounds it, the quadriceps, the hamstrings, the muscles really that make up the whole thigh. And then, of course, you have the body fat and the skin, or the subcutaneous fat in the skin. But when you look at the two scans, there's two scans, one of a 70-year-old who strength trains, exercises, and has done so, and one, the other side, or the other picture, is a picture of a 70-year-old who has not engaged in any physical activity and certainly not strength trained. And the difference in the scan and the muscle mass is remarkable. And I know I'm just sort of talking through this tonight with you, and I'll share the slide with you in the coming weeks or coming days. But the difference in the muscle tissue is it's just drastic. The muscle mass of the individual, the 70-year-old male who did not engage in exercise, did not strength train, the muscle is very, fragmented. It's very, to me, it looks stringy. It doesn't look healthy. It doesn't look expanded. It certainly looks atrophied. And then the amount of subcutaneous body fat that surrounds that, and then the skin, is very large. And then the bone mass, the diameter of the femur, because it's a cross section. So, it's like we cut the femur in half. The femur bone is very thinner, or is not near as wide across as the individual who engaged in activity and strength trained. That individual, the muscle tissue is very large, very broad, very much hypertrophied, meaning increase in cross-sectional area, and the bone mass is nice and white. The bone itself is very white. It's much denser, you can tell. The bone density is much more pronounced, at least in the image. And then the subcutaneous fat that goes around the thigh, the layer of subcutaneous fat is very thin. So this person has a lot more muscle mass. I'd say 2 to 3 times the amount of muscle mass. And then the subcutaneous fat around the thigh is much thinner than the individual that did not exercise. So the good news is that exercise is the key. Strength training and having muscle mass, it's really all about muscle, guys. I'm serious. Everything you do in life is about muscle. If you live long enough, you'll discover that. The loss of independence, you can go to any nursing home and see that if we lose strength, we lose muscle mass, and that whole process is called sarcopenia. We lose the ability to function. But on a human performance standpoint, the more muscle we can have, of course, that the amount of muscle you can build is not infinite. Of course, it's tightly controlled by your genetics. But if we can build muscle, build bone density, build strength, we can remain functional for many, many years, and way into the age of elderly, or what would be classified as elderly. And it really is, guys, it's really all about muscle. And that's why I'm so passionate about strength training, because strength training is the only form of exercise that will build and maintain muscle as you age, and actually build even more muscle mass. Again, of course, everything is tightly controlled by your genetics, but to be a superhuman, that's what I say to clients, that I'm creating superhumans. We must strength train. Strength train and having muscle, having strength is the key to it all. It's the key to human movement. All right, that's it for today. Talk to y'all soon.